Hello everybody, and today is December 31st. Yes, that's right. Today is New Year's Eve. And welcome to Enjoy the Movies, where I now put in my 2 cents about movies. Sorry I haven't gotten to movie reviews for a while. I haven't been watching that many movies. Been doing all these other crazy events, so I haven't had the time. But I want to get to a grab bag of movies that I've been watching in the last, month or so. But big movies I want to talk about. Coyote Ugly, The Shining. Finally watched it after a long time. I hadn't seen it since when I was really young, and I was petrified way back when. I had a little bit more of a level mind watching it this time. You Don't Mess with the Zohan, ChaosTheory, and Wanted. So let's just jump right in and just start with Coyote Ugly. Now, this movie is, I think it's supposed to be like this comedy drama, but it pretty much comes off as a drama that's not very funny at all. And basically it's about this girl running off to the city to try and become this successful music artist. And nobody's going to listen to her stuff, so she ends up working at this bar called the Coyote Ugly. And she basically bartends there, but they kind of bartend to the extreme. And that's pretty much the whole movie. There's a little bit of a love story, yada yada yada. Overall, the music is very good. I'm not going to lie. The music that went along with each and every scene was done pretty well. Everything else about the movie was not really that good. So, definitely think dialogue was really cheesy or forced. Acting wasn't terribly great. I think John Goodman was a good actor. He was like the father of the daughter that went off to the city and stuff. And then that was pretty much it. Tyra Banks was in it too, but I don't think she's that good an actress, because she's not really an actress. So we're not going to worry about that. So overall, Coyote Ugly, I'm going to say definitely not worth a watch. Don't worry about it. It's not a huge deal. Unless you really like movies with good music, and music totally does it for you. So Coyote Ugly, don't worry about it. Alright, next movie, The Shining. Alright, so this movie, The Shining, is a great, twisted, ridiculous horror movie. Takes place in the hotel in the middle of nowhere, and pretty much this family moves there because the husband is going to manage the hotel, basically. And pretty much in this isolated place over several months, you would get more crazy, I guess, because you're in that isolation, no people interaction, and the family that was there was already dysfunctional. Now there's the father, played by Jack Nicholson, and he's really young. I mean, The Shining is came out way back in the 1980, so he's really young. And the wife, I don't think anybody famous was her. And then there was the little son, who was like a 3 or 4-year-old kid in the movie. And basically the dynamics of how they shoot things, the lack of music, the eerie, turn around corners while the kid's riding on his little plastic bike around corners and seeing things that normal people don't see. And then there's the shock factor of random stuff in the rooms that you see later. It's a pretty creepy movie, but watching it this time, I found some of the things were utterly hilarious. There's a couple of scenes that are really disturbing, just straight up disturbing. It's not scary, but just when you see it, it's like, oh my god, So overall, definitely thought The Shining was well done, well thought out. Script was good, writing was good, acting was good. I don't really watch too many horror movies, so I'm not really one to judge, but just solid movie all around. So The Shining, definitely worth a watch. Not for the ill of heart, and yeah, so The Shining, definitely worth a watch. Alright, next movie I want to talk about is You Don't Mess with the Zohan. Now, this movie is an Adam Sandler movie. Now, for those of you who have watched a bunch of Adam Sandler movies recently, I don't think this quite does it justice, because this is a hardcore Adam Sandler movie. He had to do something with, I guess, the writing and production of this movie. And he is also the main character, and everything is done, I think, just amazingly hilariously, even though, I guess by all technical measures, it's not really a great movie. But you know what? I laughed a lot. Definitely brought me back. It's very cheesy, and I like cheesy humor, so definitely worth a watch. Let's see. You Don't Mess with the Zohan. It's about this guy who is pretty much the Superman, and he is working for this terrorist group, and what ends up happening is he really doesn't want to fight in wars anymore, so he runs away to the United States via, circumstances, and he wants to become a hairdresser, or, hairstylist, basically. And basically with that, there's a lot of, I guess, funny jokes around him, that, and everything that he does later. And it's if you don't like this kind of humor, you would definitely find it absurd, but I love it. So definitely, you don't mess with the Zohan. Definitely worth a watch. Definitely hilarious. And if you like Adam Sandler, I want to say it's a must-watch. You don't mess with the Zohan. Alright, Chaos Theory. This movie stars Ryan Reynolds. If you guys are familiar with him, he's the guy in Waiting. It's pretty familiar. Oh, he was also he was Van Wilder in National Lampoon's Van Wilder. So I really like Ryan Reynolds as an actor. I think he does a great job. He usually does a lot of different kind of roles, but I think the ones that he does the best are the comedy roles. So anyway, big movies. No, this movie, Chaos Theory, he plays more of a serious role. He takes on the role of this husband who works as a what do they call it? An efficiency expert. So he's not really like, I don't even know if these people, I mean, do they have offices? Do they come to your place and tell you how to become more efficient? Or, I don't know what. But so he's an efficiency expert, and he tells you how to be more efficient with your time, not to waste time and stuff like that. Until one day, he gets stuck. Like, he has to get his car onto a ferry to get across the lake to get to his work on time. But he's like 15 minutes late, misses the ferry, and pretty much his entire life becomes unraveled. And for like most of the movie, he's determining his next action by a bunch of random selection of things that he writes on index cards. And it's pretty ridiculous. But I feel it's mostly a drama, even though it's advertised as like a comedy drama, but I don't really think it's that funny. But overall, as you watch the plot, it's a very good plot, definitely very deep as far as, like, it'll give you some insight or philosophical views and things about life and make you think. It's one of those kind of movies. A little bit of romance, of course, but it's definitely worth the watch. I want to say it's a very good movie. Great dialogue, great ambiance. Like, they definitely put you in the mood for each scene, and that's pretty much all I have to say about it. Chaos Theory. It's kind of like one of those sleeper movies. Like, you probably wouldn't have heard about it unless you saw it at the video store, or you heard somebody tell you about it or something. But Chaos Theory, I definitely liked it. Definitely enjoyed it. Remember, it's mostly drama, so. But you guys know what you're getting yourselves into. So Chaos Theory, I would say definitely worth a watch. And, alright, let's move on. Next movie I watched, Wanted. Actually just watched this one recently, a couple days ago. Big stars are James McAvoy, Morgan Freeman, Angelina Jolie, so definitely a good cast. Pretty much, if you ever saw the trailer, this entire movie is basically a straight-up action movie. So there are people shooting guns, bullets curving around solid objects, physics being broken all over the place. But I actually want to, trailers didn't make it seem that good. And while I was watching this, I definitely equate this with pretty much an assassin version of Harry Potter, because they're basically training this kid, played by James McAvoy, and, they're training him to become an assassin. and that's pretty much what it seems like for the first half of the movie. So, I don't know, first half of the movie's plot and dialogue was kind of, I feel like, is more forced, just because there wasn't really much to do, there wasn't really much to say. It was just kind of like, oh, set up this situation. I'm not going to lie, though, there's this huge contrast in the second half, when all of a sudden the plot takes a sudden twist, and you're like, holy crap, what the heck is going on? And I think that second half is really what makes Wanted a pretty decent movie. I'd recommend this to people who like action movies or thriller suspense movies with plot twists, because that plot twist is totally worth it. And I think everybody does a good job. All the action scenes are pretty well done. Honestly, I don't really have too much bad stuff to say about special effects, because the entire movie is pretty much special effects. Like, every action scene Very well done in terms of visual effects and environments and all that stuff. There was a couple of, I feel like, pacing issues. Like, you would get to this point where you'd talk too much, or there would be too much action, believe it or not, and, you know, you kind of needed, like, a little breather, and you know, it wasn't quite there. So, but other than that, all the big actors, Angelina Jolie, Morgan Freeman, James McAvoy, all did a great job. I would definitely recommend this movie if you were looking for, like, an action movie that's pretty actiony and it isn't too bad. I definitely recommend Wanted. So, all right, well, that's all I got for today. I have to catch up on a few more, but New Year's Eve is tonight, and then I got a party. So, Happy New Year, and enjoy the movies. Have a good night.